Welcome to RBND Reviews. I'm Rob.
And I'm Dave.
And we decided to do a special video. At the recording of this video, a movie had just came out called The Three Musketeers, which I believe was directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. And the movie, from what I read, had like a $70 million budget, but at opening weekend it only took $8.8 million. So what we're going to do today is we're creating this special video where we're going to discuss why some movies might bomb at the box office. And so, Dave, there's all different kinds of theories going on. I just want to say we're not professional analysts. We're just throwing some ideas out. And if we're wrong, you can kindly let us know in the comment box. But, all right, let's start with you, Dave.
One of my theories, I'd say, is probably like the economy, because since money's tight and a lot of people are out of work, they probably can't afford to go to the movies. I mean, the movie theater by us, they try and keep it cheaper. They have they charge you $5 before, I think 4 p.m. or whatever. Yeah, and then there's other theaters, they charge you like $15 all day to get in, so some people may not be able to afford it. Yeah, and plus that's some of the local, at least the chains around here, on the weekend nights they charge $10 for a movie, you know, and during the day it is much cheaper. It's really hard out there, you know. I mean, a lot of people can't afford to go to the movie theaters like they used to. Yeah, people need their money more to get gas and get food than to go out and have fun and go to the movies, which is really sad. Yeah. But unfortunately, that's how it is. Yeah, so I'd say if you want to go see a movie, try to catch a day matinee if it's offered by you, if it's cheaper.
Right. I think another reason why some movies might flop at the box office is how they're advertised and marketed. Like, this movie isn't really a flop like when it first came out. A movie came out called 50/50, and at first opening weekend it didn't make a lot of money, but I read that the movie was actually budgeted at $8 million, and I think now it's grossed $28 million, so it's made some of a profit. But the thing is, an example with that is, when I went to see it, the trailers made it look like it was a comedy about a guy, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who has cancer, but it's a drama. It's not really a comedy, you know. I mean, Seth Rogen is there providing some comedy relief and every so often to break up the seriousness and, you know, and stuff like that, but it's not a comedy. I think people might have mistook it as a comedy, and that might be why some people kept out of it. But another thing is, cancer is a really serious illness, and it's a killer for men and women, you know. Yeah. Some people may not want to see a movie about something they've gone through because, you know, it's tough on them, you know. They've been through. Plus with the marketing of it, I mean, there's another one that I could think of, you know, there's a movie that flopped called Bucky Larson, Born to Be a Star. It was budgeted at $10 million, so it had a small budget. The theaters are getting smart because of the economy. They're using, you know, they're getting a small budget. Yeah. You know, they're getting people that aren't well known, not big name stars, and they're getting it, you know, cheap, and they're able to make a small profit off of it. But I mean, with Bucky Larson, it was given a $10 million budget, and it only made like $2.5 million in theaters. I think, for one thing, in this case, the commercial to me made the movie look like it was just a stupid movie, and I had no interest in seeing it. You know, Brendan and I used to say when we first started this channel, trailers will do whatever it takes to get people into the movie theaters. Yeah. They probably thought with 50/50, if they made it look like a comedy, people will come in. But I mean, I don't think that was a good
I never even heard of this movie till now when you talked about it, because I'd never seen any advertisement on TV for it. Half the movies now I don't even see advertising, but then again, I don't even watch much TV anymore.
Yeah, that's a good point. So, you know, that's one of the Millage Jovanovic, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She's in Three Musketeers. She's going off she threw this comment on Twitter blaming the movie studio for not really promoting it. I mean, I saw commercials in theaters for it, but I mean, I haven't really seen much advertisement on TV for it. I mean, when I saw it, I was skeptical about whether to go see it because it looks like it's just an action movie with special effects, and you know, it's not something like that. You know,
and they've remade the Musketeers movie at least 3 times, and after the 3rd time, it really wasn't even that great anymore. And I think mostly, a lot of people, they're seeing these movies, but they're not going to theaters to see them. I think they might be like more or less like downloading them and getting bootleg copies of movies, and that's kind of like hurting theaters.
Yeah, I have a more legal answer to that too. Some people might be waiting till they come out on DVD so they can rent them. Like if you go to like a Redbox or a Blockbuster Express, you only pay $1.
Right.
And before Netflix did this thing where you could either download it or rent the DVD, and that screwed them up. People would go order movies off of Netflix, or an even cheaper way. If you go to the local library, you can rent a movie for free. You only pay if it's overdue. I mean, around here, at least here in our area, the disadvantage with our system is if you keep it on a weekday, you only get it for one night, and you can keep it over the weekend. But in some areas, you might be able to keep the movie longer. So that's another way people do that.
I do know that, like, well, some libraries will like charge you money, like where my cousin lives in Hawaii, and they charge her $1 to rent movies at her library for some reason.
Yeah.
But the money goes to a good cause.
Yeah, and I think another thing is a lot of movies lately have been remakes, and a lot of people aren't being crazy about going to see them, or their sequels. They're not making a ton of money. I mean, a lot of them, like the Footloose movie, had like a small budget and a cast of actors that aren't well known and will work for anything, so they were able to keep costs down. You know, I think that's another. I think studios are doing, because they're hurting with the economy too. They're going for the cheap stuff as well.
Especially if they're remaking a movie that the original movie was stupid to begin with, or was something that people didn't even care to see because of the subject of it. So why would they see the new one if it's, you know?
Yeah. And I'll just throw in one more quick theory of mine. I think, maybe I'm wrong, but I think lack of, major star power might play a role. Because if you go back in the 30s and 40s, you had people like Humphrey Bogart, Edward G. Robinson, Judy Garland, stars. People would go see movies for the stars. I don't think there's not too many of them now, especially when film studios are trying to turn TV stars into film stars, and that's tough because TV, there's so many channels now, and viewers are so splintered up that they'll never hear of a TV show. Like, for example, a couple of years ago, they were trying to groom Kristen Bell into romantic comedy films. Like, when I saw a poster for When in Rome, it had a picture of her, and she's like, "When in Rome, starring Kristen Bell." I'm like, who's Kristen Bell? I know now. I did research. She was on Veronica Mars.
Right.
I never saw Veronica Mars. I mean, most people, unless they've seen the show, probably don't know who she is. Yeah, it was one of my...
Veronica Mars was like one of my favorite shows. They kind of like... I think what they should have done was put her in another sitcom for a while. They brought her into Hollywood pictures too soon.
Yeah.
I mean, she is a good actress, but they're not giving her a whole lot to work with. Yeah,
I think what they should have done with what they did with Jack Black. Get him some supporting roles. Get so that the audience and movie critics start to get interested in him, and then eventually groom him into stardom. Don't push him into stardom right away. Yeah. Another example, getting back to Bucky Larson, the star is Nick Swartzen. He was Tommy Bird and Eno on Reno 911. Lately, he's been doing mostly co-starring in Adam Sandler comedies like Just Go With It, and they put him in as the lead for Bucky Larson, and he's not really a well-known name. At least I don't think he is. Again, he's a TV performer. He's a stand-up comedian, but I don't think he has the presence to carry a picture.
Yeah.
So
another thing I've also noticed, though, there's a lot of the well-known stars that are in pictures. They're like overusing them, and they're not giving some of the other well-known stars a chance, and it seems like they're trying to like get rid of some of the older well-known stars. They're not getting as many pictures as they could be, because I've noticed like Johnny Depp has been getting a lot of movies lately, and so has
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, she's been getting a lot of movies lately, but they've kind of been ignoring like other really good actors. And Bruce Willis has been getting a lot of movies lately.
Yeah, well, I mean, with Johnny Depp, I think he's a talented actor, and he draws people. He's one of the few stars left that I can think of that really draws in a huge crowd. So I can see Angelina Jolie. I'm kind of tired of her, so I haven't been going to check her pictures out lately. So
but it's just it's like overkill. It's like every other movie is starring her or Depp or you see a lot of Bruce Willis, or you see a lot of the guy that was in Hangover. It's like where did all the other actors go? It's like it's like they fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah. Okay, well, Dave, we're out of time, so that's our theories on why some movies lately have been bombing at the box office. If you have your own theories, post your comments for this video, and thank you very much for watching.